Hey guys, it's First Sergeant Thompson here. Gonna just do a quick tutorial on how to use ArmA3Sync to get all the add-ons required for the 17th that are essential for your participation in all of our operations from this point forward. Uh, we will be using ArmA3Sync for the foreseeable future. It simplifies updating the add-on pack for us, as well as preventing you from having to download a very large edition or keep up with which part you have installed, as it simply takes care of all the nonsense for us. So if you haven't already, in the 17 TeamSpeak, there is a mod pack update thing under the Uniform Weapons Gear Storage Unit channel that has a link for ArmA3Sync that I have physically put the binary in the TeamSpeak, so you just click it and download that file through TeamSpeak and install ArmA3Sync real quick. And once you get it up and running, you'll have an object that looks sort of like this. For the sake of going through this with you, I'm going to go ahead and create a new profile so that we will look the same. And this will be the initial screen you have after you've done your initial setup. One thing I want to make sure you do prior to anything else is to make sure that you have your add-on search directory set correctly for ArmA3. Basically all this is once you install ArmA3Sync the first time, it should have asked you for this already, but it's just a location where ArmA3 is installed. So you want to go inside here and make sure that whatever directory you have under there reflects exactly where your ArmA3 installation is, which for me is in this location under Steam and Steam Apps, wrong place, Common ArmA3. So it's where your actual add-on directories for ArmA3 are located. That is that location. The ArmA3 folder inside the Common Steam Apps Steam. Not any add-ons folder or anything like that, just the base ArmA3 folder. That needs to be correct. Otherwise, AddonSync is going to download the files, put them in the wrong place, and then it's pretty much worthless to you. You'll have to move them yourself, and then what was the point? So outside of that, you're going to have a screen that looks just like this. Any add-ons that AddonSync recognizes from that folder are going to be on this side here. Whatever they may be. For instance, I already had CBA, JSRS, and BlastCore in there. So those are things that it is now recognizing that I could add as a possible group to launch with. But what we're really interested in here are the repositories. Your repository list will be blank. So what you'll end up doing is clicking plus to add a new repository, and we have an auto-config URL that you will use to do so. If you come over to the TeamSpeak and click on the mod pack update, that auto-config is right here. Literally, if you just right-click this and copy it, you can drop that in here, import, fills in all the information for you, and all you have to do is hit OK. Change the name of this so that it actually saves it. Bam, I have my add-on repository here. And if you check notify, what will happen is anytime you start ArmA3Sync and we have updated the pack, it'll automatically pop up and say, oh, this repository is updated, would you like to update? And you'll say OK, and then they'll bring you to the repository and everything will be great. What you can do once you've added this is if you do a check status here, it'll tell you whether or not it matches or anything like that. Currently mine's not going to do anything important because I already own all the files. But you click on this button here to connect to the repository, which will bring up this screen. And then what you want to do is check for add-ons. So you'll hit this check mark here, and it's going to physically connect to the server to see what add-ons you do or do not have. Now, these are the items that we have currently set up on the repository to download. It includes all of the 17th add-ons. It includes the latest CBA, latest Task Force radio, the plugins for TeamSpeak for Task Force, and all the user configs you need to physically run the add-ons. A lot of these are going to have little yellow triangles or be highlighted in red if you don't have them at all. The yellow triangles means you have a version of it that's not the same, and the red will be things that are not physically on your in your ArmA3 folder. I already have everything up to date, so all this just looks normal. But what you'll do is you'll hit select all, and then you'll physically hit this play button to start the download. Once you do that, it's not going to say that obviously, it's going to start downloading. You'll see the speed, how much size you have to go, and how much time that's going to take you. Some of us faster than others. Once that's complete, it'll give you that pop-up for the download being finished, and all of these files will physically be in your ArmA3 folder. There's only one thing remaining for you to do from that point forward. Once this has downloaded all the add-ons for you, you just have to set up TFR correctly. Easiest way to do that, if you already have a version of TFR, is to go under Tools here, Settings, Plugins, and go ahead and deactivate your task force radio. That way we don't have to leave TeamSpeak or do anything special in order to physically update it. And if you open your ArmA3 folder, this TFR TS plugins folder that was downloaded with the add-on pack is going to contain a plugins folder, and it's going to have these two DLLs with the latest version of TFR and a new radio sounds pack. All you want to do is copy all three of those items, and you're going to open up your TeamSpeak 3 folder, which mine happens to be under program files because I have the 64-bit version, TeamSpeak 3 client. You want to go in the plugins folder, and you're literally just going to paste them in here. You're going to check this box, copy and replace anything. You want to merge all folders for anything that needs to be replaced, just to make sure you have the most up-to-date version. And then you can kill this, and you'll simply reload all plugins. Click this, you'll see you have the latest version, 091 as of the making of this video. You can just recheck Task Force Radio, and you're good to go. Once you've completed that, you are done. Everything's up to date. This will show that you have everything because it'll look just like this. Here it'll say status is okay. There won't be any additional updated message or anything like that. And your add-on pack is complete. The only thing you need to do now is to create an add-on group if you want to use ArmA3Sync to launch your add-ons, which I think is very much simplified. So literally if you just create a group, or actually I'm sorry, you can go to mod sets in here and enable the 17th AB Essentials, which will automatically add everything you downloaded from 17th AB. And you can simply click that and those things will launch. If you want to use additional things like JSRS and Blast Core, for instance, you can add an additional group, we'll say optional. And what you can do is literally just drag those items into that folder. And you can check those to launch as well and simply hit start game and it will take off with those add-ons loaded for you. You also have the ability, instead of making one of those shortcuts, once again, to do different launch options here. You can do the no pause, whatever, set your max memory, the EX thread CPU count, no splash, so on and so forth. Past that, you should be good to go, literally. This is how I launch mine every single time I start game. I have these items checked and I never have a problem. You don't have to come in here and regularly check the repository. Obviously somebody will let you know if there's some sort of update, or if no one talks to you. Whenever you open ArmA3Sync, as long as you have this checked, it's going to tell you if we made an update. Simply hit OK, open up the repository, check the files, select all, and update. Simple process, over and over again, same thing. And it'll always be that way from this point forward. Have any questions? Give me a holler on TeamSpeak.